In 2012, a shocking and heartbreaking event rocked a small community, leaving everyone wondering how such a tragedy could unfold. This is the story of Skylar Neese, a young girl whose life was cut tragically short by the very people she trusted the most, her two best friends. Join us as we delve into the chilling details of this gripping true crime tale, exploring the friendship that turned sinister, the investigation that followed, and the profound impact it had on those left behind. In 2012, there was a girl named Skylar Neese, who was 16 years old and doing very well in school. She had a promising future ahead of her and enjoyed reading a lot. She also had two best friends named Sheila Eddy and Rachel Schoaf, and they often spent time together. However, one night, on July 6, 2012, something terrible happened. Skylar sneaked out of her bedroom window in Star City, West Virginia, to meet up with her friends, Sheila and Rachel. Unfortunately, Skylar didn't come back home after that meeting, and she was never seen again. For half a year, nobody knew what happened to Skylar Neese until a shocking truth was revealed. In July, Eddy and Schoaf took Skylar to a quiet place in Pennsylvania and brutally killed her by stabbing her. Skylar Neese, Sheila Eddy, and Rachel Schoaf were all friends from the same high school called University High School, near Morgantown, West Virginia. The three friends were very close, and Skylar was like strong support for the other two girls because they both came from families with divorced parents. Skylar, on the other hand, was an only child, and her parents cared a lot about her. They encouraged her intelligence and wanted her to be independent. The trio's interactions on social media showed that they had underlying tensions among them. According to a classmate named Daniel Hovetter, Sheila and Skylar were arguing a lot. There was a blurry security camera recording from Neese's family's apartment on the early morning of July 6th, which showed Skylar getting into a normal-looking car. The next day, Neese didn't go to work, which was unusual because she was responsible. Her parents knew she didn't run away because her belongings were still in her room. So, they reported her missing. Later that day, Sheila Eddy called Neese's parents and said that she, Skylar, and Rachel had sneaked out the previous night. They drove around Star City, got high, and then dropped Sheila back at her house. They claimed they left her at the end of the road because she didn't want to wake Neese's parents up by sneaking back in. This story seemed believable at first, but eventually, the best friends started to suggest that they might be involved in something concerning Neese's disappearance. Sheila Eddy said that she and Rachel Schoaf picked up Skylar Neese at night and dropped her back home before midnight. However, the security camera footage showed something different. It showed Skylar leaving her apartment at 12:30 a.m., the car leaving at 12:35 a.m., and after that, she was never seen again. One of the investigators, Corporal Ronnie Gaskins, heard that some people said she went to a party and died, and then others panicked and got rid of her body. But a police officer named Jessica Colbank had a feeling that something was not right. She noticed that Sheila and Rachel were telling the same story word for word, which made her suspicious. She felt that Sheila was acting strangely, and Rachel seemed very scared. However, the police couldn't arrest anyone without solid evidence, so they kept investigating. Skylar's family had to wait anxiously for the truth about their daughter's disappearance. Luckily, social media provided some clues. Skylar, Sheila, and Rachel were very active on Twitter and Facebook. The day before Skylar disappeared, she posted a tweet saying she was tired of being at home and that her friends weren't trustworthy. It seemed like there was a big problem between the three friends, and this gave strong hints that Sheila Eddy and Rachel Schoaf might be involved in Neese's disappearance. Chris Berry, a police officer who got involved in the case in August 2012, always believed that murderers couldn't hide their actions for too long. Sometimes, they even bragged about what they did. The authorities repeatedly called Eddy and Schoaf for interviews. As time went on, the two girls distanced themselves from their other friends and relied more on each other. One day, Colbank discovered something important. He saw a car in a security video and realized it belonged to a person named Skylar Neese. The police checked videos from nearby businesses on the night of July when Skylar Neese went missing. They found the same car that had picked up Skylar near a convenience store in Blackstone, West Virginia, which is to the west of Star City and Morgantown. But both Eddie and Shof had claimed they went east that night, so their story didn't match the evidence, and they were caught lying. Despite all the evidence pointing towards Eddie and Shof as the ones responsible for Skylar's death, the police didn't have enough to arrest them. They needed a confession to solve the case. The stress of hiding their crime started to affect Rachel Shof and Skylar Neese. On December 28, 2012, Rachel's mother called 911 for help, as Rachel was behaving violently and uncontrollably. The police took Rachel in for questioning, and she eventually confessed to the horrifying truth about Skylar Neese's murder. According to Shof, she and Eddie had planned to murder Skylar Neese a month ahead of time. One day in science class, they agreed that maybe they should kill her. They decided to carry out. On the night of the murder, Shof took a shovel from her dad's house, and Eddie grabbed 2 knives from her mom's kitchen. They also brought cleaning supplies and a change of clothes. Even though it was very hot outside, Shof and Eddie wore hoodies to hide the knives. Skylar Neese didn't know the real reason and didn't think much of it. Once they were near the woods in Pennsylvania, where Neese thought they were going to smoke, the 2 girls attacked her from behind. Then they pounced and started attacking her. At one point, Neese managed to get away, but they stabbed her in the knee so she couldn't run far. Sadly, Neese's fate was sealed. In early January 2013, Rachel Shof took the investigators to a snowy area in the woods where she and her friend, Skylar Neese, had killed Skylar Neese. She couldn't remember the exact spot. At first, they couldn't find Skylar's body, but because Rachel confessed to the crime, she was soon charged with murder. A week later, the authorities finally found Skylar's badly damaged body in the woods. It took until March 13 for a crime lab to officially confirm that the body was Skylar's. The investigators matched blood samples found in Skylar Neese's car trunk to Skylar's DNA. Skylar was arrested on May 1, 2013, in a restaurant parking lot and charged with first-degree murder. In January 2014, she pleaded guilty and was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 15 years. Rachel Shof was found guilty of second-degree murder and received a 30-year sentence. Skylar Neese's father, David Neese, believes that both girls should be punished severely and considers them to be like animals for what they did. He visits a tree in the Pennsylvania woods decorated with pictures of his beloved daughter, Skylar, who was killed by her 2 jealous best friends. The Neese family worked to pass Skylar's law, which requires the state to issue Amber Alerts for all missing children, even if they are not believed to be kidnapped. Although this system might not have saved Skylar's life, since she was killed before her parents realized she was missing, it may help save other children's lives by providing timely alerts for missing children in West Virginia. The tragic events surrounding Skylar Neese's life and untimely death serve as a haunting reminder of the dark depths some friendships can descend into. If you found this story as gripping as we did, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with others. And be sure to subscribe to our channel for more compelling true crime stories and in-depth investigations. Until next time, stay safe and stay vigilant.